Hello. It's good to see you. Today we are going to be making a wreath. I think this is going to be a fun one. I think they're all fun. I like them all because they're all a little different. This wreath we're going to make today is going to have a camping theme. So it's a camping wreath. Now I know around here especially this is not everybody's favorite time to go camping because it's just so hot and humid outside. But on over in the fall, oh, so much camping goes on. So I got this idea from some ribbon that I saw in Dollar Tree not too long ago. I don't remember if I was making a video when I found it or not, but I found this ribbon. I think it was this one. I found some ribbon and I found this really pretty little ribbon here that has hedgehogs on it. Now that doesn't really have anything to do with camping, but they had these other ribbons there as well. Here's another one. This is another hedgehog ribbon. This one just has a white background to it. And then I found this one. It has little foxes on it and flowers. Actually, that could be a donut. I'm not sure. I think the fox is drinking coffee. But all of these ribbons were together. Oh, here's one with sloths on it. And I don't know, something about all of these ribbons, and they were all sitting there together. Look at these. Oh, and then I got this one too. This one here. Something about all of these together made me think about camping, like something to do with the great outdoors. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we did a wreath with sort of a camping theme to it? So we do have these 5 here. Now these are 5/8 inch ribbon. I think this might be 7/8. Let me see. No, it's 5/8. It just, I guess the stripes on it make it look a little wider, but it's not. And all of these came from Dollar Tree, and they have the theme of animal ribbon. All of them except this one. This is, again, they call it Southwest Llama ribbon. When we made that llama wreath, I think we put some of this in there. And I got that idea from the ribbon at Dollar Tree as well. So all of these together I thought would just look really neat in a wreath. So then I started thinking, okay, what colors of mesh do you want to use? And I want to keep it kind of simple. I don't want a whole bunch of different things in there. I thought we would stick mainly with dark green, lots of dark green, kind of like the forest, you know, and then brown. Have some brown in there, maybe a little bit of light green, just a little, and it actually worked out perfectly. Oh, I have this. This is a really pretty chevron ribbon, also 5/8 inch. It's brown and gold. It's a really pretty dark brown with gold, and it's gross grain ribbon, and I found this at Dollar Tree as well. So we're going to have all of this ribbon in there. Oh, wait, do you see the decorations? That I found some, it was a challenge to find decorations, but I found some cool ones. But let me show you the mesh first. This is some mesh, well, it's actually decorative ribbon, but we're going to use it in here like mesh. We're going to put this in the bundles with the mesh. Now the texture is different. It's a different material. So I don't know yet how that's going to go, but we're going to try it. We have this really pretty brown, it's like almost like burlap ribbon with white in it. So we could put some of that in there. And I had just opened up this big roll of dark brown mesh. And this is some that was left over that I had cut but didn't need. So we can put some of this on there, some of this dark brown. I tried to find some dark brown mesh this size that didn't have the gold in it. I couldn't find any. Every brown mesh I found had a lot of this gold in it, but it's okay. And I also had a little bit of light green mesh left over here, so we can use up this roll here. This is a lighter green. And then I was lucky enough to find a ton of this dark green mesh at Dollar Tree. So I think most of it is going to be made up of this dark green mesh with some of this thrown in and the brown. And then of course there's not much on here, so there'll be just a little sprinkling of light green everywhere. Now for a wider ribbon, I thought again we would do something a little different. At Dollar Tree, I found some burlap ribbon. It's 2.5 inches wide, which is typically the wider ribbon that we use is 2.5 to 3 inches. So it's about the same width as the ribbon we normally use, but this is just burlap. So I'm really curious to see what this looks like in there. I don't know. We're going to find out. So I have this dark brown, and I also found some lighter brown. And both of these came from Dollar Tree. I got 2 rolls of each. Each roll is 2 yards. So we're going to work in this. This is going to be our wider ribbon. I didn't want a bunch of really shiny, flashy stuff in this wreath because, you know, it's the outdoors, it's camping. You're not typically going to see a lot of glitz and glamour unless it's me, because if I'm going camping, I want an RV or something. I'm not good at, every time I go camping, I end up with a rock in the middle of my back. I don't know how. Even if I have one of those inflatable little pads that you put down, there's a rock that just digs in my back all night, and I don't sleep well. Look at this wreath frame though. Now this is not the kind we normally use. We're just doing all kinds of things differently with this. I have this square wreath frame, and this came from Dollar Tree. And the Dollar Tree I went to had a blue million of these. They had tons of these. Normally you can't find them. They had bunches. So I got one. So you could either do it like a square, or you could get fancy and it becomes a diamond. Look at that. Just, you got a diamond that fast. This is, it's a 14-inch square wreath form from Dollar Tree. And now with the 14-inch wreath forms we normally use, you have 4 wires. This one only has 3. And I'm not quite sure how to place these bundles. It may not matter. I think we may actually stick to the outer 2 and not put anything on this one, like we'll just put everything here. Sometimes I have to kind of get into it to see if it's going to work, and I have to change my tactic if it doesn't work, but I think that'll be fine. Now for this wreath, we are not going to use the sunburst technique. We're going to make rolls. We're going to make bundles out of rolls. So it's a little different. If in any aspect of your life you have had practice at rolling things up, you're going to like this one. I think it's quite fun myself. So this is our wreath form, and I think we're going to keep it like this, like have it like so it's going to be kind of a diamond shape to it when it's done, like that. And I have a ton of these chenille stems, the pipe cleaners. I have this bag here with a bunch of leftover stuff, all different colors. And then this bag here. I was kind of thinking about using the dark green little stems. I have some in here and some in here, but I don't think that's going to be enough. So I will probably mix in, maybe we'll go with the black ones. We'll do it in dark green and black. It's going to be on the back. It's not really going to show, but I like for my little chenille stems to kind of match what I'm doing. It just makes me feel better. So we're going to go, I think we'll do, because I have quite a few of these black chenille stems in here and the dark green here and here. And if that's not enough, I'll think of something. I'll figure it out. Okay, now that's going to make up the bulk of the wreath, right? So, but let me show you these cute little decorations. Oh my gosh, first, I always add a few flowers. So I'm not quite sure how many of these I'm going to put in there, but I found these at Dollar Tree. Here's a little fall bouquet. They've already got all their fall stuff out. We're going to be going back to school shopping really soon. I tell you, it's coming. So I thought we could take, maybe cut some of this stuff. That's pretty greenery right there. We could maybe work that in somehow. A little pine cone, whatever the heck that is. Little things there, and flowers, and a styrofoam pumpkin that has no personality at all, but we'll put it in there. And then we have these flowers. These are hydrangeas, according to this. Oh, pretty. I like the color. I was really mainly just focusing on this kind of a burnt orange look. And then I found these. What are these? I don't know. These are mums. Chrysanthemums, according to this. That's what it says. So I really like the color of these two. So we're going to work some or all of this in there. Sometimes I just have to decide as I go. And when I was in Uwharrie, I went to the Uwharrie Forest recently. And while I was there, I stopped by the Uwharrie Outpost, the Eldorado Outpost, and I grabbed this. It's a sticker. It says Uwharrie National Forest, Eldorado Outpost, Hide and Seek Champion. Yeah, I think there was something on cable about Bigfoot being in Uwharrie several years ago, and they really capitalized on that. So you got Bigfoot down here. It's just a little vinyl sticker, but I'm just gonna glue it down into the wreath. I'm just gonna stick it down in there and attach it to the wreath. A fun little sticker there, made to look like an arrowhead. Oh, and then my favorite things for this, oh, so cute. I love them. First of all, I went looking because, see, Hobby Lobby already has Christmas ornaments out, you know, like individual ornaments, and I thought maybe if I went and looked through the ornaments, I could find something in the ornaments that would work as a little decoration for our camping wreath, but I didn't really find anything that would work. So, but I did find these. Look, it's a little tent. And it's made of canvas. You have your little coffee pot, I guess, or some sort of pot, and a campfire. It's way too close to the tent. You're just asking for it. But it's on, this is a little thin metal piece. Isn't that cute? A little tent. And we can take this off. I could probably just take that whole ring out. And I'm going to hot glue the daylights out of this thing into that wreath. I may try to place it where it's kind of sitting in the middle. Could be like a little centerpiece. And then, to go with it, I found this. I found a little backpack. Look at that. It's a little canvas backpack. You have your straps back here, your little roll, your little mat to sleep on. It's adorable. Now, of course, it's not to scale with the tent. I don't know how someone carrying a backpack that big would fit in that tent. But if you've ever been hiking for a long time with a heavy backpack, by the time you get to your campsite, it does feel like it's gigantic and heavy. Oh, it even has little straps on it. Look at it. I love it. These are adorable. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I found these. They're too cute. So with this, I could just take this little loop off because we're not going to need it. And we're going to glue these into the wreath. And it's going to look so cute. Oh my gosh. I've just been wigging out over these things ever since I found them. I want to do a whole tree and decorate it with stuff like this, like at Christmas time or something. I'm not going to, but yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, these were $7 each. I probably won't be decorating a whole tree with them. But to buy a couple of them, yeah, to go in a wreath, totally. All right, so we're going to be making rolls. And again, if you're used to rolling anything, you'll be very good at this. So we're going to get ready, and I will show you how to do a bundle with rolls. Now we have everything cut up. Look at all these pretty pieces of ribbon. Aren't they nice? Oh my gosh. And this one, I have all of these ribbons cut. Now these pieces are approximately 9 inches long. And you will see that I have dovetailed all of them, both ends. And before I go any further, I will show you how to do that. Oh, this ribbon is so pretty. Look at that. Let's see how I made it look a little fancy on the ends. I think it just makes it look a little nicer in the wreath. I will show you how to do that. So here we have 2 pieces, and you can tell they're I think this was the end of the roll, and so this one is a little bit shorter than the rest of them. I decided to go ahead and include it. So you have your piece of ribbon here. And I like to use these little spring-loaded scissors. These are from Fiskars. They're really great. They're very sharp on the end, so you have to be careful. So you take your piece of ribbon, you fold it in half lengthwise, like this. You don't have to crease it or anything, you just kind of hold it. And you're going to cut this corner off. Here's the fold. And you'll end up with little pieces that go everywhere. But look. And you do the other side, same way, fold it lengthwise. When you cut it, you end up with little pieces like that. So you have a nice little piece of ribbon there. I'll show you again. Here's a piece of that cute little hedgehog ribbon. It's kind of hard to tell it's hedgehog. It actually kind of looks like a flea if you look at it. It's not. It's a hedgehog. So you fold it lengthwise. And cut that corner. Look at that. And it just gives you that nice little finished edge. I think it makes it look a little extra fancy. Like that. Okay. So there's that one. Put that right there. Okay. And it's good to keep a trash can nearby because you're going to have lots of little bits and pieces to dispose of. You know what I did? I even did the burlap ribbon that way. So again, you take it. It's just like the skinny ribbon. You fold it in half. These scissors don't work too well for it. And look. Ta-da! Actually, for the burlap, I find that just regular old scissors work better. And you get a lot of stuff everywhere. I always have to vacuum after I make a wreath because you just get lots of bits and things everywhere. So that's the lighter brown, and then I have the darker brown. And if we had a regular ribbon, we would do it the same way. So here is where you folded it. And you're just cutting off that corner. Like that. That's a little shorter than 9. I didn't measure. I don't really worry about it. That ribbon leaves a lot of mess, doesn't it? Okay, now I've also cut up my mesh. Grab a piece of the dark green mesh here. Isn't it pretty? Now, normally we do the starburst method where you grab the opposite corners. Don't say opposing. You get a paragraph in response. Normally we do that, but when we do the roll method, we're not going to do that. People complaining about me saying it's opposing corners instead of opposite corners makes me want to roll something up, and it ain't mesh. Alright, so you see how the mesh it already kind of wants to go like that because that's the way it was on the roll. Well, you're going to work with that tendency. You're just going to kind of squinch it up a little bit. And just start rolling until you have a little roll like this. Okay, you hold it in between your fingers just like when you're doing a starburst bundle. You don't have to use your fingers. You could use a clothespin or a chip clip or whatever, just something to hold it. So you won't, because if you let it go, it just kind of springs back the way it was. And then I'll take a piece of this brown mesh and I'm going to do the same thing. I think we'll do 4 pieces of mesh per bundle, and then we're going to add the ribbon too, of course. So you take it, kind of squinch it down, and start rolling it up. Put it on top of the other one like that, and just keep a hold on it. And I have have, of course, a little bit of this lighter green, but most of the mesh in this wreath is going to be this darker green right here. We're using a lot of this kind in here. Well, this one about rolled up by itself. I didn't really even have to do much. Three. There. And, oh, I forgot. I have this here. This is that burlap ribbon. We're going to take this and we're going to do it the same way. This you might be able to see a little bit better. So you just kind of start. You don't have to make it super small. You can roll that stuff one-handed. Look at that. Premium. All right. And we'll put that on top. So there's a lot going on here. Okay. And then I'll put a piece of our wide burlap ribbon on top of that. And then I'm going to grab a skinny ribbon and put that on top of everything. And I'm still holding it all together. Now, my little chenille stems, my pipe cleaners, I have dark green ones and black ones here. So we're going to have a mix of dark green and black. I've cut these in half. So each one of these is going to do 2 bundles because you'll have 2 halves of it. Now, just like with the starburst technique, you're going to lay the little chenille stem half perpendicularly across the bundle this way. I'm still holding everything. So you put it here, and this is the part that takes a little practice, but you keep hold of it. You bring these 2 ends of the pipe cleaner down underneath, fold everything in half and grab it. You're not going to hurt it. Pinch it together, and then give the ends of the pipe cleaners at least 3 twists underneath, and then you can let it go. And you can kind of spread it out a little bit, however you want to do it. Now, of course, you can put anything in this bundle you want to. You could add more ribbon. You could leave the ribbon out completely. Whatever you want to do, you're welcome to do it. Any way you want to make your wreath, that's the right way to do it. So this is one bundle. Now you'll notice with the starburst technique, the ribbon is going to stick out more because you're kind of pulling it a little bit and it sort of lengthens the pieces of mesh. But with the rolls, they stay a little shorter. And I think because the bundles are a little more compact, I think it will help hold the shape of the wreath a little better. You might be able to see that diamond shape a little bit better. But I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how that goes. It might just kind of become sort of just a loose looking diamond. It might not look very, very squared off or anything, but I don't know. But there's one. Let's do another one. I have grabbed a piece of dark brown mesh, and you're going to squinch it up and just start rolling. And I hold it like that. And then I have a piece of dark green. I'll squinch it up and roll it. We haven't done a wreath like this in a bit. Okay. And I'm going to grab a piece of this burlap ribbon. Sort of pinch it together and start rolling it. This stuff rolls really easily. So that's 3. I'll do another piece of this dark green. Squinch it together and roll it. Okay. So I'm going to take my burlap ribbon, put it over the top, still holding on to everything, and I'll do my fox ribbon on top of that. Okay, grab a pipe cleaner, and these aren't really going to show once the wreath is done. You won't be able to see them, but you lay it perpendicularly across like that, because once all the bundles are in there, they kind of squish together, and no matter what color these are, they're not really going to show unless you look at the back of the wreath. And then you take the ends and you fold them under. You fold everything in half, squeeze it together. See, when you squeeze it, it kind of brings the pieces of the pipe cleaner together a little closer so you can twist them together a little bit more tightly that way. And then once you got it twisted up, you can let it go. And there is our second bundle. Now you don't have to fluff them out now. You can actually wait until they're all attached to the wreath frame to kind of separate everything. Either way, it really doesn't matter. Okay. I have grabbed another brown piece. I'm going to do another one. You just roll it. I'm trying to roll it straight. It's kind of hard because this mesh is sort of floppy. Just the nature of mesh. It's a little stubborn. So there's the dark brown piece. And then we'll do a green piece here, the dark green. The hardest part about doing the rolls is starting them. After that, it just all kind of flows together like that. There's the green. And the green mesh is actually about a 1/2 inch wider than the brown. The green is 6 inches. The brown is 5.5. So yeah, it's like a 1/2 inch. It's not a huge difference, but as we all know, a 1/2 inch makes a big difference in certain situations. That's what I hear. This is the lighter green. Actually, hold on. Let's do the burlap ribbon first. Do the burlap, and then I'll put the light green over top of that. God, that stuff rolls so easily. I wonder how it would do to do a whole wreath like this with this kind of ribbon right here. I don't know if it comes in different colors or not. I wonder what it would look like to do a wreath with rolls. It looks like rolls of carpet, kind of. Or it's a rug. It's like a little rug from a Barbie house or something. Okay, and now finally we have the light green. And we're going to put that on the top. Okay. I'm going to grab a piece of wide ribbon. Here's a dark brown piece that I had handy. Let's do this pretty chevron stripe. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, it's nice. It's a really pretty sort of like a dark chocolate color. And another pipe cleaner. We're going to lay it across perpendicularly. That. And then grab I've got this end in my hand, and I'm kind of as I bring it under, this finger is kind of, it's hard to see, but this finger is reaching up here and grabbing this one. Like this. So it's like all one movement, holding it there, here, and right here. So then you fold it in half, squeeze it. You won't hurt it. I promise. That's a thick bundle. 1, 2, 3. Then let it go. I have to say this ribbon here and this burlap ribbon and the burlap up here makes this bundle thicker than what we usually have. So it's a little bit more of a challenge to gather it and twist it, but you can totally do it. Well, I got a mess. We're going to do one more. And I'll start this time with dark green. You go down to the end. This is where it's cut. That's where you start. And you roll it up. Like that. Then I'm going to grab a piece of burlap ribbon. I'm going to roll that one up too. Put that on top. Like this. And a light green here. It's trying to roll up on its own. Put that on top right there. And then finally we have a brown. And we're going to roll this one. Like that. Put it on top. I have more wide ribbon. Got this light brown piece. We'll put that on top. And we're going to use this really pretty striped ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty. I love all the colors in it, these little thin stripes. It's just neat. Take your pipe cleaner, lay it across perpendicularly. And again, it's all, yeah, I've made so many of these, you do it without thinking, and I forget to explain what I'm doing, but I'm going to grab this end here. I got it like this, so I'm going to bring it down, and as I do, I sort of open up here. I take these fingers and bringing them around. These two fingers here grab the other end, bring them under, see, fold it in half, squeeze it together, 1, 2, 3, and let go. But I've made a blue million of these bundles, so you definitely get faster at it. As you know, the more you make, the faster you can do it. So that is our, what is that? Our fourth bundle. I'm going to tidy up here, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to attach these to the wreath form. Oh, that's better. All right, you can't really see this wreath form. It's a dark. It's like a super dark green, so it doesn't really show up. But here again, you can see we have our, well, it could be a it could be a triangle. Lord have mercy. It could be a square. It's been one of those days. We had another power failure this morning for several hours, and it's just thrown my whole day out. We have a square or a diamond. It's probably going to end up being like a diamond shape. So I've got it turned upside down right now, and you can't really tell that it's upside down. The back side is concave, so it kind of goes like that. The front side is convex. It's going to be kind of booshing out a little bit, you know, sticking out, pooching out. This is the back side, so it's like that. Okay. Now when I am attaching my bundles to my wreath form, I have the frame upside down, so I'm looking at the back. Okay. Now again, with the round ones, we have 4 wires. This one only has 3. And I think we're going to see how it does just attaching them to the 2 outer wires. They're pretty far apart, so you're saying, Mary, how are you going to attach them? Well, I'm going to tell you. Instead of taking the 2 ends of the pipe cleaner and twisting them together, you can't really do that because they're not long enough. You're going to take each end and wrap it around and around that wire. Just do it around and around. Just enough. I mean, it's going to hold it on there. I mean, it's not going anywhere. So there's one. Here's 2. And again, I'm just going to wrap the ends around and around that wreath form like that. There's 2. Here's 3. See, the ends of the pipe cleaner are straddling these 2 wires. And normally, with the round ones, these 2 wires are close enough together that I can take these ends and just twist them around one another. But here you can't really do that. This is a good thing to know too. If you cut your pipe cleaner a little too short, you can still probably use it. You just have to wrap it around the wires instead of wrapping the ends around one another. All right, one more. This about takes care of this corner right here, doesn't it? Look. So again, take these, wrap them around and around that wire. And as you get more and more bundles on here, they're closer and closer together. It's a little harder to do that, but you can do it. Now I'm going to turn it over and show you what we have. There it is. Okay, now like I always say at this point, it doesn't look like much. You're looking at it going, that looks awful. What are you doing? Well, I don't know, but we'll see if it turns out. I might have ruined it, who knows? You're looking at that going, Mary, how is that going to look like anything? But just wait, because I'm going to continue making bundles, And I'm going to continue adding them to the wreath frame. And I'm going to go all the way around it. And then when we come back, I'll show you what it looks like with all the bundles before we decorate it. I'm not going to add any decorations to it yet. I want you to see what it looks like just with all these rolled bundles on here. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'm going to come back and show you what we have. Okay, I got the bundles all done and added them to the wreath form. We haven't decorated it yet, but I wanted to show you how it looks so far. Look at that. I think you have more of an area that you have to cover with bundles with this shape as compared to the circle. It actually took more bundles than normal. But that's okay. Plus, I mean, we had different stuff in these bundles. You know, you have the burlap ribbon and stuff. So I don't know that the bundles stuck out as much as they normally do. But I like it. I like the fact that it has so much of this pretty dark green in it. And this, I really like this, the burlap ribbon with the white in it. I think that looks really cool. It's so big, I can't really turn it in the diamond shape and show it to you, but what I'm thinking is, it likes my shirt, it keeps sticking to it. What I'm thinking is, look at it. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to attach the tent like right here, and then find a way to attach the backpack somewhere else. And of course, you know, we have these flowers, so we're gonna be sticking flowers and a little pine cone and I don't know what all. We're gonna be putting all this stuff in here. And our little URI sticker, we're gonna fit that in here somewhere. Maybe I can do the backpack on one side and then the sticker on the other side. So, and then, you know, I'll put the flowers just kind of all around it. I like the colors though. I really like the combination of the colors. You have the brown in here and all the different kinds of ribbon. We have all the ribbon in here. Look at the pretty little chevron ribbon there. Ooh, so we have all these different things in here, and I don't know, it just all comes together and looks neat. But I like it kind of, you know, the diamond shape instead of just like that. So I'm going to orient the decorations so it will be like this when it's done. So I'm going to now take this and add the decorations to it, and then we'll come back and see how it looks all finished. I have added all the little decorations to the wreath. It turned out really cute. I really like it, if I do say so myself. I wasn't really sure if I would like this wreath or not. I kind of like the idea in my mind. Like sometimes I'll get an idea in my mind for one of these things, but I don't know for sure if it's going to look like that. I actually like it better than I thought I would. So here we have our little tent. My glue is a little messed up. I may have to work on the glue a little bit because it's kind of heavy. And to glue it in to stay, I don't think it's going to move, but you know, it wiggles a little bit. I may have to shore it up somehow, maybe find a way to attach it to the wreath frame directly. But look, we have our little backpack over here nestled into the mesh there, and we have our little flowers peeking out. I took that one pine cone, and I know pine cones are conifers, but they had regular broadleaves on the stem. I just left them on there. I left as many leaves in here as possible. But so I just took my one pine cone and I put it up at the top because you have this point up here and the one down here where you have your tent. And then I put my URI sticker here. It's not glued in too well. I'm gonna have to fix that too. I'm not doing too well gluing things today. But I put in pretty flowers over here. I love this color. I love that burnt orange right next to this kind of an off-white color flower. There's our little styrofoam pumpkin. But yeah, oh, and our little sprigs of stuff are over here. And there's another one tucked away. Oh, it's kind of back here a little bit. But I thought it turned out really cute. Look at that. It's big. It's really neat. I like it. Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this camping wreath come to be. And one thing about these flowers, they kind of remind me of a little campfire, about the way the little petals are shaped and the color. It's like a little campfire, but it's a flower. I hope you enjoyed seeing this wreath come to life. I sure did enjoy it. It's really, really neat. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you again really soon.